Hello, welcome everybody. We're gonna be playing some more Modern today, right before tomorrow's showcase. So this is, I guess, the list that I have been liking best. I am not certain that it's the best list out there. I think probably this list is worse than what Will X Whale has been playing. So somehow I'm just doing better with this one. So it is one of those things where I'm just following my heart instead of following conventional wisdom. And I don't know, this has been working out for me. Will's list is, I think, more streamlined, it's cooler, but I have been losing to blue decks with that list, and that is pretty much unacceptable for this deck. Like, the main reason why you want to play Green White Reclaimer over a deck like, say, something like Amulet, it's precisely because your blue deck matchup it's just good. Like, you just beat the blue decks. But I have been losing to them consistently with the other lists, so I simply, I don't know, I just moved on, I guess. There are definitely some things that I wish that I could fix with this list. I'm playing Boils in the board, and basically what I'm trying out is we're playing 5 total planes for Flagstone's purposes. So we're playing a Sacred Foundry, 2 Temple Gardens, and 1 of each basic. I did add a 7th fetch land. This 7th fetch land could also be the 3rd Castle Garenbrig. So that is the last thing that I'm trying to figure out what I prefer to do as far as the main deck goes. But the main deck has felt solid. Excavator in the second Skyclip being in the main deck actually opens up a couple of cyber slots that are which is pretty nice. What's not pretty nice are these hands, unfortunately. What's up, house? I think I'm gonna keep this one, but I'm not excited about it. Bottoming Path to Exile. Oh, okay. So I guess we're getting paired against Belcher, so nothing we would have done really mattered. Playing this first because I think that we're playing against Belcher, so my opponent could play a Bloodman here, which seems like it's what's going on, unless we are straight up just dead. We might be straight up just dead. Yeah, I guess that we are straight up just dead. We will be dead next turn, basically. We can't beat this unless we draw exactly Ghost Quarter. So we get 2 looks at a Ghost Quarter. We get 2 looks at finding exactly Ghost Quarter. And then we will just pack it in if we don't find it. Because Recross the Path gives us like a virtual scry. I guess I should have, because of that, I should have fetched there, I think. So that was a slight misstep. Because it takes out 1 land, and the thinning actually matters because this is going to be the last turn of the game, right? So thinning matters only because of that purpose. That's Flagstones, so we're just going to... I mean, I'm going to play my Florahedron or whatever, but we're just dead here. We're just dead. We have shown already my opponent the information of what they're facing, so... This matchup is basically unwinnable for us. I don't think there's any way for us to realistically beat this matchup in a consistent fashion. Like, it would require us to really warp our sideboard. Like, we would need multiple Eidolons, we would need stuff like Collector Oof to come back into the deck. It's just too much work for not enough of a payoff. So this is just not a winnable or worth savoring matchup. Oh, they have Lightning Bolt. They have main deck Lightning Bolt? Playing all the Blood Moons. Huh. Pretty weird. Should I register Revoker? I mean, you could play Revoker. I don't think it's going to help your win percentage in a considerable way. As I was just saying, like, there's just no way to fix this matchup. Like, this matchup is just not a fixable one. It's just bad by design, right? So you could make changes, but you would need to make too many changes, and you would need to do too many compromises. Eidolon is not even that fine, right? Because, like, if your opponent just gets to 4 mana, they cast a Belcher, and then you need Eidolon plus Apparition / Knight of Autumn, right? Revoke can be castable through Moon is nice. I think I would play Collector Oof before I play Revoker, though. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's a fine card to play, Revoker, that is. Why is that? Because I think that unless you're targeting the Helio deck a little bit more, if you're targeting the Helio deck a little bit more, then Revoker might be better than Collector Oof. But Collector Oof targets Tron a lot better. It targets Eldrazi Tron a lot better. It targets what's his name? Erayo. The Erayo deck a lot better, which has started popping up. It's just more abarcative. Is abarcative a word in English? I don't even know. But it's a little bit wider in what it targets. Symbolista usually a good name for Revoker anyway, because you don't want them to kill you. Yeah, I'm not playing either. I'm not playing either. Sure. This hand allows me to interact with Recross the Paths. It also sets up the engine from the very beginning. It is pretty solid against Blood Moon. It doesn't have one of my big hate pieces, though. Like, this can only delay the unavoidable, but I guess it can also win the game, but it's gonna take too much time for this hand to win the game. So no. Gonna bolt my dude. So if I find a hate piece here, I think I'm happy with this. Hate piece? It's not a hate piece. So let's delay the unavoidable. So now we can find Raminep Excavator, and that would potentially be a pretty good one. Why don't you like the Florahedron? Like, what do you dislike about the Florahedron? Because my experience has been that Florahedron is excellent. Okay, yeah, so we're just drawing like shit, so like, it didn't really matter what we did. Like, our hand just did not work out. That's fine. Again, it's not like this matchup is winnable by design, you know, so I'm not too upset about losing against a nigh unwinnable matchup anyway. Not particularly upset about it. Just going to end the game and move on. Okay. Unless my opponent's killing me quickly. I am very scared though. Like if Belcher actually becomes like a tier deck, I would be very, very scared. Because as I was saying, we just cannot beat that matchup. So fortunately, I don't know what's the problem with Belcher, honestly. Like the deck seems completely broken every time I play it. Like it scoops to Force of Will, but they're playing like Pact of Negations and stuff like that. So like they have ways. They can even play Veil of Summer. So they have ways to work through all of that. And I don't think my Belcher opponent has ever whiffed. Like, I don't think I have ever not died to turn 3 Belcher, ever, in my life. Pretty happy with the 75 I have. Hopefully it works tonight. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, House. When is this? Oh, it's in 2 hours? Yeah, I'm probably not going to be playing to that. Keeping this hand though. Like if I play in this PTQ, I'm not playing in the showcase basically. That's kind of great. I'm gonna name Spirit here. Okay. Let's get Flagstones. So exploring here doesn't really do much. What does do something is for me to fetch here before I activate. Because this means I don't give my opponent... I don't deal myself the damage, so my opponent cannot cast Light Up the Stage. So it plays... I mean, I guess it plays around Light Up the Stage just a little bit. I would like to not have to path. Bowmat. So I guess we're getting Blast Zone here. Yeah, let's get Plains. Are we waiting for that Blast Zone? We get Blast Zone, we would blow up the... Yeah, we are. Does that mean I'm pathing my own dude here? Nah. Nah, that can't be. Okay. I think saving the damage is a lot more important. The good thing is that because we kill the Soul Scar, we're actually killing their Bowmat, so we don't have to worry about that. They do kill our dude though. And we're down to 6, which is... Hello. Okay, I like that better now. So, without the double bolt, unfortunately I have to block this Triad here. A cool dude and stream, but this deck is getting boring. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I strongly disagree, but it's fine. I mean, we don't have to like the same things, my friend. They could have lightning bolt here. They can kill my dude, but okay, that's good. So here we just ram it up and just trigger Balakut a bunch, and then we win. According to which edition of Familiar is the correct one to get? M11. Yeah, M11 is the right one. Okay, so we're playing against blue-red. So I guess I want to prepare against Blood Moon. Floor Hedron can go. Ball can probably go. They might have Reveler, but doesn't seem good. If you get the GPR, you are banned from chat. That's aggressive, but not entirely inaccurate. So what do I do in this matchup? I cut... What have I been cutting? I haven't played this matchup in a while now. I think I've been cutting one Reclaimer. I totally forgot. Alright, just gonna cut one Titan, one Reclaimer. Yo, what's up, Spider? How's it going? I don't think I want to cut more lands. On the draw, I definitely want all 4 paths, all 4 purges. Maybe I don't want Dismember, even though I do think Dismember is good in the matchup, but with 8 removal spells, that's probably enough. Just gotta explore. Do you think they'll ever reprint Titan into Standard? Not really. I don't think it's a reprintable card. This is a fine hand. Like, it's not great, but we have multiple ways of interacting, which is nice. And we even have like a way to gain life, which is also nice. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna be doing. I think I want to lead on Flagstones, even though this might bite me later on. But I think it's gonna be very important for me to curve a Purge into Apparition. And if my opponent has an aggressive start with multiple creatures, and I am not able to gain these 2 life, I might regret it. So we're going to gain 2 here, pass the turn. If my opponent blood moons me, which is not unlikely, we should be in good shape. Because we can just purge the moon and move on. Oh fuck. Okay. Wow. Well, displace around another one of these. That's wild. I don't think I've ever seen Molten Rain out of the Iset decks. The spell mats are looking kind of weird, right? third Bowmat. Alright, there's something I can kill. I think I'm an Eidolon. I think I'm an Eidolon here. Because they can crack Bowmat, but they can only play one spell a turn, so that doesn't matter me too much. That doesn't bother me too much. And we can just Blast Zone these dudes otherwise. And I'm definitely blocking the bigger Bowmat here. If my opponent wants to bolt my Eidolon, they missed out on 4 cards. This is bad if they have exactly Bloodman, which they don't have. Awesome. Poor Billionaire, thank you for the follow. Hammer Time, a really good deck. They're playing Clothis? That's so bad. Crazy Playman, thank you for that follow too. Crazy Madnut. So we can call for another Skyclave and kill the Bowmat here. This denies my opponent the draws. It gives me both basics, which is nice. I think we're going for that. So let's get a basic forest here. Yes. We get a plains. So Eledamri's call for apparition. Play apparition. Kill your Bowmat. That's all 4 Bowmats gone now, which is funny. I think I'll attack, because my opponent is very likely to kill this one, because they want this one would give them a 3/3 as opposed to a 1/1. So now next turn we can call. We can also crack Blast Zone. Ablation is 15 with his latest build. I think there are many players out there who have done really well with really bad decks, so you always want to take that with a grain of salt, you know? I think I'm just gonna path this. Like, I'm gonna have to do this eventually. This messes with their scry too. So now we attack with both. Oh, I should have attacked just with this one. Magmatic Sinkhole. Okay, we're kind of getting blown out here. Could have played around that. The correct thing was to just attack with the one pack in a 3/3, right? That was the right line. I'm gonna take 4 here. What am I calling for? Stomp face. Play giant. Okay. We can't cast Primetime, unfortunately. We're missing 1 green source, otherwise this would be an easy line. I think we have to... Actually, I'm thinking about it, and it feels like the only way that we are going to be able to keep up with this, because this is going to give me just like a bunch of tutus, and if I don't draw something again, then I'm just going to get run over. So I think that I'm just going to go for Titan, and I'm just going to hope that I top deck a green source. I'm looking for 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12, 13, 14 draws at a green source. 14 draws out of 42 cards. The thing about Knight is that it does gain life, but it just does, that's all it does, right? Because the problem if I get Spring Bloom is that it fixes my mana, which is nice, but then I just don't have anything else going on, right? Like, they just kill my Spring Bloom. I chump block with some zombies, because otherwise I die. And then that's it. That's all we got. Like, we're still in top deck mode again. So I think that Spring Bloom is the best line to make sure that we don't lose, but it's not a line that really wins us the game. It might still be the correct one. One, two, three. We get 3 zombies. Yeah, I guess I have 2 draws to find something if I do this. I really wasn't expecting Molten Rain to be... That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That actually should be good. The problem is our Radiant Fountain is gone, so we get these 2 here because we have to trigger field. So all of them need to have different names, and now we can get Temple Garden. Okay, that's 3 zombies. We're gonna be able to do some chomping here. Oh, they just had lethal. Sad face. Maybe they don't have lethal. They do have lethal. Okay. That Molten Rain really got me. I wasn't expecting Molten Rain to be a card that my opponent was going to be using against me. I still don't think that we won't Ramen Up Excavator. I think this is fine. Keep. I'm gonna have to shock with this Temple Garden, but it's okay. I feel like if you're gonna make that attack, you have to you have to not F6, right? Because if you F6, like, I know it's a free attack, but I'm going to be blocking at least 100% of the time. Like, if you're gonna make that attack, you at least have to sell me on it. Not blocking here. Ooh, we get to untap. Sick. Sell me this attack? Yeah, exactly. Here we can make them... We can make the Flagstones trick here. To make this a 3-4. I don't think that is better than just setting up a prime time. Wait, what? Well, now I'm very confused. Oh, they have Aether Gust. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. So I guess I'm going to kind of like incentivize them to use the Gust right now. They don't. Hey, I'm very confused. Okay. I'll take it. UR Prowess is not an insane matchup, but I've been okay with it. Payday Indian figure of follow. I think that's probably the matchup, the single matchup that has changed, that has improved the most. With the switch between the original Titan Vial lists and you know, this ones that play just Path to Exile in the main deck instead. That's probably like the main difference between all of these. Between both of these, I mean, not all of these. Man, this hand is hella awkward. It's probably a keep, but it's very awkward. If we find any land off the top, though, any untapped land, that is, that'd be great. Any untapped land? Easy. Remember when I used to play Amulet? Oh, those were the times. The good old times. So with my opponent getting this right here, we're just gonna make sure that we don't get caught by like something in response to my fetching, and now we pass the turn. Sure, you have been asked this several times, but I'm kind of new to Modern. Why is this deck over Amulet? So BB Clover, think about the follow. If you're talking about why me personally, why I am playing this deck, the honest answer is the deck is just very special to me because I was the one that kind of came up with it. So that's why I like it. But the real question here, the real thing here is, I think that right now this deck has better matchup splits than Amulet does. What I mean by that is, in the current Modern metagame, I think that, first of all, both decks are quite different, right? It's not that Amulet is an extension of this deck or that Amulet is similar to this deck in any real way. They're very, very different decks. Now, the thing is that land would be great. Awesome. The thing is that this deck actually has a good matchup against the Omnath Pile. The Omnath Pile decks, which I think are right now probably the best decks in the format. So having good matchup against the best deck in the format seems, you know, better than not having a good matchup against the best deck in the format. If that makes sense. Maybe it's like too obvious of a, or like too simple of a justification or whatever. But what's up, Lambo Gojira? I think I want to call for a Reclaimer here. And this is basically free attack, like I'm excited about trading this. Why isn't this channel playing Historic? It's in the title. The last modern streamer meme is actually real. I could have fizzled that. But I think that my opponent is going to Ephemerate their Skyclave here. Oh no, okay. Well, I'm okay with this. It draws them 2 cards. Obviously, it's not like insane or anything, but what I don't want my opponent for my opponent to do is to answer this Reclaimer. Like, if this Reclaimer survives, I'm going to win this game, I think. So I am more interested in making sure that my opponent doesn't Skyclave, doesn't like Ephemerate Skyclave. They could draw another Skyclave, which would be obviously horrific, but we can still call on end step. The Fairy Time Raveler. We can't path anymore. Now my opponent's Ephemerates are just the nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just gonna jam this Titan. Their 3/3 doesn't matter. So, and if they want to trade here, that means that their Ephemerate doesn't draw a card. We can jump Titan, or we can triple spell here. I think I want to jump. We get got by Remand very badly. I think I'm just gonna triple spell here. Where did I get the tagline, the last modern streamer from? That's a very great story. Gather around, kids, while I tell you a very, very interesting tale. So, the year was 2019. What happened is this format was created in Modern. The format was called Pioneer. Everybody was really hyped about this format. Everybody started streaming said format. I streamed the format once, realized it was shit, and never streamed it again. However, many other players continued to stream this format, which was bad. And what happened is I continued playing Modern. It got to a point where I was literally the last Modern streamer. And that is when the motto, the last Modern streamer, became a thing. And it just stuck. I just kept it. And I realized this is very smart branding. So let's do that. And I did that. And the meme kept on living. Don't have another apparition. Come on, be a reasonable opponent. Okay, second Teferi I can live with. I'm pretty sure my opponent has a remand because of how they've been playing. It really is brutal that we didn't draw any land there. Because if we had drawn any land, I would have been able to primetime plus Reclaimer, which would have been amazing. So they're going to Ephemerate this dude. People could leave the houses back then. They must be pretty wild times. Yeah, it was a totally different universe that we lived in. What are my thoughts on Bob Marley? Legend. All right, VB Clover. I let it go. I let it go the first time, but if you're a troll, you're just gonna get banned. So. Why can't I see this properly? Can one of my mods ban BB Clover, please? Thank you. Interesting how long this Stride has survived. They're very down just like that? Okay. I think I'm just gonna chill here. They clearly have like cryptic commands and shit in hand, so. Okay. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, Ephemerate goes back on top. I haven't seen opponent's deck too much. Yeah, I actually played it on stream. I played it on stream not that long ago. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. My opponent's deck is very, very fun. It was brewed by Aspiring Spike, and he took it to like back-to-back. I think it was actually back-to-back tournament like finishing like second, I think, back-to-back tournaments, back-to-back weekends. Pretty insane. Pretty insane run with that deck. At this point, I'm starting to feel like I should have played this primetime earlier in the game. We're drawing towards multiple cards here, though. Like, we're drawing towards... at this point, I'm also playing around Cryptic Command, not only Remand anymore. But we're drawing towards, like, Reclaimer. We're drawing towards Valakut. We're drawing towards Cavern of Souls is a big one. Udo is a problem. Udo is a problem. Yeah. Starting to get out of hand here. Starting to get a little bit out of hand. So we know about Ephemerate in hand. Cavern. It's not a Cavern. Field would have also been nice. Well, this one we gotta start jamming, because otherwise I'm just gonna lose the game with 2 Primeval Titans in my hand. Falklands Warrior, I think, rather follow. Again, we still have draws, so I'm not ready to pick up my cards just yet. Because we still have draws that do stuff here. No more fetchables. Okay. Yeah. The Ewit loop is very powerful. It also has the Cryptic loop. It's got a lot of stuff going on. Please bounce my apparition. Damn it. I imagine this is gonna get cryptic. Fencer. Okay. Let's do this again. Deck would be nuts with Astrolabe. Okay. Imagine they're gonna Ephemerate Eternal Witness here. Get back the Ephemerate. Yeah, the deck accrues a lot of card advantage. The deck really gets a lot of card advantage going. Just gonna chump Udo here. I want to save these heats in case I draw Valakut. Because being able to get some Valakut triggers in response to my opponent interacting with my Dryad is... like, that's the way that I win this game. Just like a naturally drawn Valakut. That's how I win. So I am playing towards... ugh, that sucks. That sucks because that means that my opponent's going to be able to like let this resolve and then ephemerate this. Valakut is probably the only way I win. Valakut. Sad face. I mean, at least we are pretty ahead on clock, so there's that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is gonna be the last turn, so I'm gonna make my big plays right now. Let's do this. Doing this first because it's the only way that I can get an extra zombie here. Thorniol with the tier 1 sub for 8 months in a row. Thank you so much, Thorniol. Really appreciate it. Well, now I guess we pass. Because... so if they pass, if I pass, they're going to tap and draw. But I cannot tap out of Ghost Quarter, obviously. So I versed Legacy Ecolux Knight playing Teferi and Red Wheel. The opponent was echoing on my draw step with Narset Hullbreacher and then was wheeling on my draw step as well. That's pretty gross. Can I survive this turn? Block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically I can survive. Maybe this one was bad. If they have another... oh no, I'm dumb. I thought this was the Flagstone's trigger. Whoopsies. Good old fail to find. Good old fail to find. Because I'm stupid. It's okay. Okay. Relic is actually pretty solid in this matchup. It's not like game breaking or anything, but it's been pretty good for me. And Boil has been pretty good. Spring Bloom, unfortunately, we just ran out of fetchables at some point because the games go super, super long. I think this is what I did last time I faced this. I could bring in Gadoctig, but the problem with bringing in Gadoctig is like my opponent has just so many answers. Ugh. Sand is very slow. Let's go calling. Definitely calling for a Reclaimer here. Terrible draw. And I hate it when the reciting thing happens. Yep, there we go. Maybe we get gusted? Probably. Definitely putting that bad boy on top. Getting got by our mana base here. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Path? No. Just fetch for no reason? Okay. That resolved quickly. Woo! Let's go. Field and field. Yep. Considering they took like 13 minutes to win game one, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Considering that they took 13 minutes to win game one, this is a very smart concession from my opponent. Their only out at this point would be to figure out a way, like they would need to blink apparition, exile my relic, and then they would need to like establish the cryptic loop somehow, because that's the only way that they can stop this prime time. And they need to do this right now. Like they have to do this turn. So I'm not surprised to see a concession there. In fact, I think it's very smart from my opponent to concede right then. Okay. 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 I like what we got going on here. I like what we got going on. The fact that we have fetch lands is nice because we can hide our red source until the turn where we're just going to cast our boil. Not a bad one. Yes, a bad one. Not a bad one, yes, a bad one. And we're bowling right now. I'll take my double Stone Rain. We're gonna take it from there. Because they're gonna need another blue source here, which interstabbed, and now they don't know about the castle, so we just Castle Titan. This game is over. That was a pretty sick sequence, I'm gonna say. That was a pretty insane sequence that just happened. So let's do Valakut plus field. I am very surprised that my opponent did a minus there, looking for like an answer. Like they need to do something. Like they're gonna get some value from their Teferi here, but I don't know. I don't know how. Oof, that's risky against the Ghost Quarter deck. They continue plussing. By the way, I didn't go for Call for Titan there because there are multiple ways that can backfire. Remand, Aether Gust, etc, etc, etc. So I'd much rather play it a little bit slower here. I know my opponent has multiple things that they need to answer. They can only draw one card. This is Cryptic Mana though. That Mystic Gate was a great one for them. But they need to answer my board. Apparition is a great way to do it. Interesting. Get Ephemerate. One, two, three, four. Okay, so I think that we can not use the extra mana. But I think my opponent's gonna, yeah, it was pretty obvious that that's what my opponent was planning on doing here. Nice. Field of the Dead and Ghost Quarter, because Ghost Quarter is a Primeval Titan. That's great. Sure. So now we get to clear the Ephemerate for our troubles. Nice. I'm gonna say we're looking good here. I'm gonna say we're looking pretty good. They have to Cryptic Tap and draw. Oh, path. Okay. When it really need pores, they say, huh? So this goes a dem, this goes a dem, this goes a dem, this goes a dem, this goes at the fairy, this goes at the fairy. So 2 at the fairy, everything else at them. They take their free block, makes sense. Do we cast a Titan here? I guess we don't have to, because we can just go Squatter their on thin ice. This does play around Cryptic though, so I guess it's correct for us to do it right now. Gusto. Put that on top. And we can use this as a surprise. So if my opponent goes for like Eternal Witness, get back an Aether Gust, we can go squatter their land in response and get Bojuki Bog. That is kind of insane. That is fun. That is fun. I can't believe who it was, but they said that the deck is getting boring. I'm like, what are you talking about? So many random situations that come up every now and then where I'm like, this is just awesome. I don't know, maybe I just like this a little bit too much, and it's not reasonable for me to like it as much as I do. But who knows, really, right? Who knows, really? Yorion, the Sky Nomad. We're on the play. Ah, the sense. Down to 5 we go. I mean, if I'm gonna have a 5-card hand, this is a pretty solid one. So we're not gonna have time for that. And this is my Titan mana, but literally all of my lands enter the battlefield tapped. That is quite unfortunate. I think I'm gonna bottom the field because I'm gonna need the second green source from Flora Hydro in order to pay for my castle. So white or red? That is the question. White. Okay, so we're playing against Heliod. Oh, never mind. We're playing against a Yorion deck. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna get owned by, but we're definitely getting owned by something here. We'll see. Okay. Ha! 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 Called it. Hey Smash, how's it going? Yeah, the land has been okay. The land has been okay. This is definitely not what I was expecting to see. Kiki-Jiki. Wrong angel. Wrong angel to combo with Kiki. No, this seems to just be like Kiki-Chord, just with Yorion. They just naturally had their turn 2 Magus on their 80 card deck, so that's okay. Alright, give me these Celestial Purges, Path to Exile, Dismember seems fine too, Mind Sensor sounds good, and Limbala. Sardaukais I like. Raminab can probably go. They have the other guy, I guess. Bog can probably go. And they have Boil. So we're gonna shave a couple of Dryads. That's not gonna be our main game plan. Maybe Mind Sensor is just not impactful enough. How is the match against Blue Red Kiki? Bad. But there are certain matchups that just they kind of just require too many cards in order to be okay. So you probably want to. At least my approach is to just ignore those matchups. Basically, just like accept that I'm just gonna lose to them, and focus my deck on beating the decks that I expect to face, particularly if they are like decent matchups. Brutal, man. Like this hand just won't do it. It's a 4-card hand? Yeah, we can't win. Yeah, we can't really win. What will we need to win this game? For my opponent to like miss land drops and shit? Or to keep a mono 1-drop hand and we naturally draw a blast zone? It's not terrible. I guess I could go squatter them here. Seems more important to get my mana online though. So we're gonna blow this up, get 2 forests. I mean, if we draw prime time off the top, we can cast it next turn thanks to this castle. We did bottom one of the prime times, but we just shuffled, so there's that. Oh, please. Okay, I was gonna say, let's please, I don't know, do something like sacrifice my Gilded Goose to Eldritch Evolution or something, you know? Just... That sucks. I guess I should have ghost quartered them. I guess I should have ghost quartered them and passed my own dude. Just gotta draw stupid Titan. We're fine. Titan. Titan. Let's channel our energy, chat. It always feels very bad to, you know, our opponent has a terrible, terrible hand and you still lose to it because even though you had a bunch of good draws, you just couldn't find them. It's really sad when that happens. I think I kind of want a YOLO here. Please work. Yes! All right. We got a shot. We got a shot. I mean, we still have to draw a Titan, but... Now they don't have red mana. I guess they have red mana with the goose. Never mind. Switching gears towards the cheese strategy. We are a cheese deck now. We are a cheese deck now. What is the cheese? The fact that we just cheesed them out with like Ghost Quarter plus Mind Sensor. Oh, wow. Come on! Come on! Really? My opponent is a master! My opponent is a master! They find the resto in the top 4 cards of their deck. Yep. My opponent is an absolute master. Skeleton 02, thank you for the follow. What a master. Probably have to do this right now. On the turn that I was tapped out of white mana, of course, right? So I couldn't just purge the Pyromancer in response. Wow. That's insane. Alright, we had a shot at winning this game, but it probably is gone at this point. I guess we still have exactly... saddest timeline. The saddest timeline, Chad. The saddest timeline. We're losing to this Season Pyromancer, so I'm gonna kill it right now while my opponent's tapped out of Resto Mana. Oh man. All right, Mull to 4, and we had a plan. We could have won this. We had a plan, but it's turn 8, and we just never saw the cards that we were looking for, so we are just dead. Now my opponent has core. That's the only reason why they wouldn't attack with the elemental. Yeah, okay. I don't need to see anything else. Feels bad, man, because I feel like I have a very positive matchup against that deck. Because we are a lot more consistent than they are. And, well, Dryad plus Valakut, of course, is kind of unbeatable for them. But, you know, Mull to 4. It is what it is when you Mull to 4. I don't expect to see that deck tomorrow, though. Wow. These hands are bad. These hands are really, really bad. Okay. We're all in on this bad boy. Why is my stream better than the PT? Because I'm playing a real format. I'm playing Reclaimer, right? What else could you want? How many 3-mana Stone Rains in red are there now? You're playing against red-white Stone Rain. So you're probably playing against Ice 9. And if you're playing against Ice 9, you have to worry about not only the 3 mana Stone Rains, but also the 2 mana Stone Rains. So you have to worry about cleansing Wildfire and the one that you destroy your own land and then you destroy their land. I can't believe how bad my draws have been today. If they have a card, I'm just going to concede. Boom Bust, that's the one. You got it. All right, no card. We are playing Raminap in the main deck. If they show me something big, I'm gonna blow it up. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to get Flagstones here. We can't do that one yet. Ugin. Okay. Gadok Teague, Mind Sensor, Night of Autumn. 2 Pats, Virtual Bog. Just getting completely destroyed today. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes. How do I manage to always get paired against all the meme decks? I feel like every time I get paired against a real deck, we do fine. Tristan, deep breathing, good follow. We should have like a different. Can you pay 3 to put lures in your hand and use speed or only your sorcerer speed? Only sorcerer speed. Tristan, only sorcerer speed. I feel like when we get paired against real decks, we do fine. But yeah, we just get paired against meme decks, and Tron is our how should I say it? It's our bad matchup out of the reasonable decks, even though Tron hasn't really been that good in a really long time. But you know, people still play Tron because, well, it's Tron. Okay, I would love to find. Would love to find a Raminap or a Cole. We can delay this for a little bit. So what we're gonna do is activate this right now. Get a Temple Garden, I guess. I guess I should have gone to Plains because it's a different name. Vesuva, my own Ghost Quarter. And now on draw step, we're gonna blow up the tower. This coming turn, we're gonna double activate Reclaimers. And Ghost Quarter them again. And what we're looking for is an Iladambri Skull. That is the card that we need to find. Or like the naturally drawing Raminap would also be fine. Yeah, spending this turn to double activate seems better because it allows us to ramp. We know that they have Eugene, so we're just gonna blow this up right now. I'm gonna sacrifice this Temple Garden. And if they don't have removal, we might be able to set up lethal here. Though we did use our Vesuva. Why did I kill Tower over mine? It's basically the same thing. The way that I see it is, once you have no information, it's probably better for you to kill the one that makes the most mana. I understand the theory behind you want to force them to use more mana, but if they're not going to be using their mana to search for stuff, then you're just better off killing the Ursa's Tower, because it's the one that in the end is going to produce the most mana. So we're gonna get, if we get Valakut here, we play Dryad, we play a land, we activate, we go get another Valakut. That is gonna be 3 damage plus 6 damage, that's 9 plus 6 more damage. 3 plus 6 plus 6 is gonna be 15 plus an attack for 3, that's just not enough. So I guess I'd rather get Flagstones. Simply because it puts more lands into play. And we get punished. Oh no, this is fine. Okay, so sack this. Valakut. You. Well, is this fine? This might not be fine. So trigger 3, trigger 3, trigger 6. I guess it's not fine, never mind. Should I play this one too, by the way? Yeah, I think with that fetch land draw, I think we win if we had gotten the Valakut on instead, but I got the Flagstones because I wasn't playing around drawing a fetch land. So I can bring my opponent down to 2, which is really unfortunate. What? Why are they doing this now? Why are they doing this now? Okay, I guess I was correct in the way I sequenced, but my opponent was not correct in the way that they played. They have Ugin, which is gonna be pretty tough to beat anyway, because we can only deal 3 more damage. Because we can make the tokens at instant speed. This is my last fetchable though, so I can't. I need to leave 1 in the deck so I can fetch, but I need to force my opponent to minus Eugene. Otherwise they just plus and they kill my zombie. If they have Karn, they can just minus on my field and we're fucked, but we're still drawing towards a Dryad. We're still drawing towards the Dryad. Have I tested Skew Swarm? Yeah, it's cute, but... They have Karn. I mean, they're Tron players, right? They can always mess it up, so... Okay, so Eladambre Skull... Eladambre Skull or Dryad are the things that win me the game right here. If I find either one of those... Brutal. Technically, they don't have Ulamog mana, so... I think we're just getting slower all the time. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Bad league. Bad league. Again, I just feel like we are just getting paired against all the meme decks somehow. Fuck Tron. Indeed. Indeed. In the beginning, when I was building this deck, I feel like I was beating Tron a lot more than I should. But that's because Tron players usually, I don't know, they somehow figure out a way to mess things up. But, anyway. It's gonna be it for this one. We're gonna play another league. I think this is the list I'm gonna be playing tomorrow, even though I'm not doing particularly well with it in leagues. I think that the list is going to be able to do well in a big event when I'm not playing against shitty decks all the time. But yeah, I will be back for some more. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you later. Bye bye.